Okay. Hello, guys. Welcome back to Career Deep Training Solutions and myself, Mohan Rajamani. I'm a competitive exam coach. Today, we shall discuss some Accenture related questions. Now, when it comes to Accenture, we have to highly focus on this part called as abstract as well as critical reasoning. Unlike other service companies, Accenture is highly focusing on decision-making questions. So that will consume much time. So today, we are going to practice such kind of questions. And apart from that, in Accenture, computer fundamental questions are quite familiar. So where we can expect questions from the computer applications, Microsoft applications, operating systems, and cloud computing and basic network security. So these are all the topics we have to focus on Accenture. So when it comes to computer fundamentals, non-CS and IT people may think so that is a huge topic. It is not that. So in everyday life, we are using Microsoft Office package, right? So you can expect that kind of basic questions only. Then we have to focus on coding part. So you will be getting two coding. So that is all about Accenture question paper. And I promise by the end of this video, you will gain confidence on clearing Accenture question paper. For that, you have to stay connected with me till the end of this video, right? So this is today's agenda. Without wasting any time, we shall go for the first question. And the thing is, when it comes to Accenture hiring process, this time we have huge hope on Accenture because they have planned to hire students in huge number, both in on-campus as well as off-campus. Our opportunity may hit us at any time. So you have to be stay tuned, updated. So now this is our first question. Question from visual reasoning. Now see, you have five boxes A, B, C, D, E, and you have four boxes. That is your answers, options. So you have to select which option will chip in the place of question mark. So which option will continue the series. Now, if you want to practice this problem, you can pause this video. And if you get the answer, please don't fail to put it in comment below, right? Now see A, B, C, D, E. Now you have to look the relationship between each boxes. You have to look at the elementary moment between each boxes. Now you have box A and box B. Now in box A, you could see four elements in diagonal. And in box B also, you could see four elements. Now in box A, if you look at the element 2, 3, and 4. So you can name this element as first element, second element, and third element. Right? Now, you could see this element 2, 3, and 4 have changed its position in box number B. 2, 3, 4 became 4, 2, 3. And the first element became a new element in box number B, right? Now, from B to C, let's try to check the element moment, right? So we can check the elementary moment in box number B to C. Now in box number B, I could see these three elements. In box number C also, I can see these three elements, but it have changed its position. I name this elements as 1, 2, and 3. Now, the second element is star, and this becomes the first element here. And the third element is minus, and this becomes the second element here. And the first element is plus, and this becomes the third element here. So it is 2, 3, 1. Now, what happened to the circle? And it became a new figure, a rectangle here, right? Now, again from C to D, what have happened? Now, I could see the three elements in C and D. Both are same. So it is second element, third element, and fourth element. So 2, 3, 4 became 4, 2, and 3. Then if I look at this star, it became a new symbol D here. Okay. It became a new symbol D here. Now again from D to E. From again D to E. Right. So we can see these three elements in D. And it has changed its position in E. So we can name it as 1, 1, 2, 3. So this 1, 2, 3 became 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Right? So 1, 2, 3 is becoming 2, 3, 1. And 2, 3, 4 is becoming 4, 2, 3. Now from E to F. Now I believe you understood how these elements are moving, right? So from E to F, the elements should move like this. Now if it is 2, 3, 4, this should become 4, 2, 3, right? 4, 2, 3. So what is the fourth element? So you have oval. And what is the second element? You have minus. And what is the third element? You have D. And this rectangle have to become a new element here. So the new element. So new element. Now try to see where you could see the structure in this option. Look at option D. You have oval minus D as well as into. So this is how you have to solve this kind of visual reasoning question. So you have to number, right? So you have to number the elements and try to check its moment. It is very, very important, right? So if you got answer for, this question, give a like. Now moving to question number 2. Yes. So question number 2 is similar to the previous question. You have a problem figure as well as answer figure. So problem figures 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In answer, you have A, B, C, D. Now, which answer figure will chip into the problem figure series? Now you have only two elements here, right? So you could see only two needles, small needle and bigger one. Small needle and bigger one. Now let's take the smaller needle. Okay, so smaller needle in the first figure, it is pointing between south and east. In the second picture, it is pointing towards east. In third picture, it is pointing to north. In fourth picture, it is pointing to northwest. In fifth picture, it is pointing to southwest, which means look at the movement of needle, small needle. So it's a 45-degree anti-clockwise. It is a 90-degree anti-clockwise. It is a 45-degree anti-clockwise. It is a 90-degree anti-clockwise. Then again, you will get a 45-degree anti-clockwise movement, which means this needle have to point south direction. Now look at the small needle. In which box you could see the small needle pointing to south direction? It is not in option A. It is not in option C. But in option B and option D, you could see the small needle pointing to south. Small needle, right? Now, what about the bigger one? So for bigger one, I plot a separate picture, okay? East, west, north, south. So at the first box, this bigger needle is pointing to east. In second, it is pointing between southwest. In third, it is pointing to north. In fourth, it is pointing between what? Southeast, which means first it was pointing to east, then it is northwest, which means it's a 135-degree clockwise movement. And again another 135-degree clockwise movement. Then another 135-degree clockwise movement. Then again in fifth picture, you could see it is pointing to west, right? So another 135-degree movement, you could see that needle in western direction like this. Now, where this bigger needle will point after making another 135-degree movement, right? So it's 90-degree, then another 45-degree. So totally it is 135-degree. It have to point between north and east, right? So you can see that in option D. So the small needle have to point south and bigger needle have to point northeast. So that is available in option D. So this is our answer. It's so simple, right? Okay, now moving to question number 3. Okay, so in question number 3, you could see a flow chart. Now people may wonder, so how to solve this big question? So it is not something big. So if you have basic understanding of, problem solving, basic understanding of flowchart, you can easily solve this problem. Is the following statement true or false? So that is your question, true or false question. Now you have a statement in the condition in step C updates the value in box 3 instead of box 2, then the flowchart will enter into an infinite loop. So in step C, so this is our step C. In step C, so instead of updating this value in box 2, if you update in box 3, this flowchart will enter into infinite mode, infinite loop. So that is our question. And you have 10 boxes. Inside 10 boxes, we can see some numbers. Box number 1 carries 13. Box number 2 carries 20, like that. Box number 10 carries 18. So we have 10 numbers like that. Okay. Now we are starting the process, right? So you start the process and it enter into step A. So in step A, what we have to do? We have to subtract number in box 4 minus number in box 1. So number in box 4 is 12. And number in box 1 is 13. 12 minus 13, you get minus 1. And we have to put it in box number 10. So in box number 10, you have minus 1 now. Now you have to move step 2, that is box B, step B, right? So is number in box number 10 less than 0? So now we have minus 1 in box number 10. Is it less than 0? Yes. If it is yes, you have to move for step number C. If it is no, you have to directly move for step number D. Now we have to go for step number C. Now add number in box number 9. So number in box number 9 is 0. And number in box number 5 is 10. So 10 plus 0, you get 10. and you have to update in box number 3. So in box number 3, you have to put 10. Instead of substituting the value in 20, you have to put it in box number 3 as per the question, right? Now, moving to step D. Is number in box number 2 greater than box number 7? Is number in box number 2, that is 20, is greater than box number 7? So in box number 7, you have 5. Is 20 greater than 5? Yes. So if it is yes, you have to go for next step, E. So what you have to do in step number E? So multiply number in box number 10. So you have -1 and number in box number 2. So you have 20. So 1 into 20, you get 20. That is -20. And you have to put it in box number 3. So in box number 3, you already have 10. So you have to put it -20. So however, after completing step number E, you have to terminate the process. So it is not a never-ending loop. So it is not an infinite loop. So definitely, if you substitute the value in box number 3 instead of box number 2, the loop will naturally terminate. So answer for this question is false, right? So it is not a true statement. It is a false statement. So answer for this question is false. The question is simple, right? Okay, now moving to next question. See, this kind of question flow chart you can expect in abstract reasoning. Now, which of the following statement follows the conclusion? We all have practiced syllogism. But in syllogism, if we give you statement, you can easily find out conclusion based on the Venn diagrams we plot. But here you have conclusion, you have to find which statement will logically follow for this conclusion. Now look at conclusion number 1. Some eagles are being cows is possible. Some tanks are being eagles is possible. Now see, when we will give a positive conclusion, possibility conclusion, I don't know the actual relationship between two elements. In that case, I can tell both the elements are related is possible. Both the elements are not related is possible because I don't know the actual relationship between the two elements, right? So similarly, in statement, it should not directly relate two elements like eagles and cows, tanks and eagles. So that kind of elements will come in possibility statements, right? Now look at statement number 1. So in statement number 1, I could see no tank is eagle. No tank is eagle, which means there is no relationship between tank and eagle. Now look conclusion 2, some tanks are being eagle is possible. Some part of tangle is related to eagle, that is possible. Do you think that is correct? No, there is no relationship between tank and eagle itself. Then how can I give a conclusion some tangles are being eagles is possible? That is not correct, right? So answer is not statement 1. Now I could see the same statements. Same statements in statement number 3 and statement number 4. So I can eliminate statement number 1, statement number 3, statement number 4. Now we can go for statement number 2. All cows are ducks. All cows are ducks. I plot it here. Okay, all cows are ducks. No eagle is a duck. If no eagle is a duck, then definitely no cow is also eagle because all cows are inside duck only, right? If no eagle is a duck, there is no relationship between cow and a eagle. Now see, look at the conclusion, right? So some eagles are cows is possible. Do you think that is correct? Definitely there is no cow is eagle. In that case, I can tell no cow is eagle. I can't tell no some eagles are being cows is possible. That is wrong. So second conclusion statement is also wrong. Now moving to fifth conclusion, fifth statement. Now some cows are ducks. So definitely that is going to be the correct answer, but let us solve. Okay, some cows are ducks. Some cows are ducks. I'm sorry, it's not correct. Some cows are ducks. Some eagles are ducks. All tanks are cows. Now look at this picture. Here, I don't know any direct relationship between eagle and cow. I don't know whether it is related or not. I don't know the relationship between tanks and eagle. But it is we can tell in possibility there may be some relationship between cows and eagle, tangle and eagle. So you can give that kind of relationship. In that case, that will be correct. But you can't tell a direct relationship between cow and eagle. So answer for this question is statement number 5. Hope you are clear, right? So this kind of questions are very popular. Now you can use elimination rule to solve this kind of questions. Now moving to next question. Okay, so the question is quite big. And see, before solving this question, I would like to tell you something. We actually created an Accenture crash course for 10 hours, right? So it's at cheap cost. So maybe 200 rupees or 300 rupees, so which we spend for our movies, right? So comparing to that, definitely this crash course will be beneficial. So if you are interested, so I have included the preparatory course link in our description. So you can have a look at it. Definitely that is going to be helpful for you, right? So you can find our crash course preparatory course link at our description, and you can view the videos, right? So preparatory videos in your mobile itself, right? So on the day of examination, day before the examination, 2 days or 3 days before. So if you watch the videos, you feel familiar with the concepts, right? So that is our primary objective. Now moving to the next question. Now in the question below is given a statement followed by two courses of action. The course of action is a step or administrative decision to be taken for improvement, follow-up, or further action in regard to the problems, policy, etc. On the basis of the information given in the statement, you have to assume everything in the statement to be true, then decide which of the given suggested courses of action logically follow for pursuing. So just imagine you are sitting in some management position, some administrative position. Now you are facing a problem. Now how you will give solution for it? So whenever we encounter some problem, we naturally give some solutions, take decisions logically, right? So here you have a problem. So the problem is a statement. Financial stringency prevented the state government from paying salaries to its employees since April this year. Due to the financial constraint, the state government can't pay salary for its employees from April of this year. So this is the problem. Now you have to you have to take the action. So what action you will take? Now look at the first action. The state government should immediately curtail the staff strength by at least 30%. So they are asking, you have to reduce the salary strength, staff strength by 30%. Will you do it? If we do it, there will be some big problem, right? So maybe there is a possibility of curfew. People may go in month. So that is a possibility. So that is not logically correct. So reducing employee strength by 30% is not the logical solution, logical action. Okay, now moving to second course of action. The state government should reduce wasteful expenditure and rearrange to pay the salary of its employees. It looks logically correct, right? So we have to reduce the unnecessary expenditure to give salary for the employees. So what is the answer? So question number 2, if only 2 follows. So we call it as decision-making questions, right? I believe you understood this problem. So this kind of questions are really important for Accenture. Critical reasoning. Now moving to next question. So the next question is from Microsoft Excel. In Excel, the keyboard shortcut button or buttons to be pressed for creating a chart from the selected cells. Now you have to press which button in your keyboard for creating chart for the selected cells. F11, F5, F3, F7. See, every day we are using Microsoft Office, right? Microsoft Excel, right? But we are not so familiar with shortcuts. Okay, however, I will show you how to solve this problem. Let's open Microsoft Excel, okay? So I'm using Microsoft Excel 2021. So that is my version. So I'm opening a new workbook, okay? Okay, now let me zoom it for you. I type something, maybe name of student A, B, C. Then I type marks. Mark, we can give mark 10, 20, 30. Now, what were all the options we have seen there? We have seen, so it is F11, F3, F5, F7, right? So let's go for F11. So I press F11. Okay. So what happened? So I'm getting a chart. So which is a shortcut key to create chart for the selected cells? It is F11 then. I don't want to go for F5, F3, F7, but the problem is we don't know which shortcut key to select. And in examination, you won't get Excel sheet like this. So you can't practice and write. So you have to practice prior, right? So we have included this kind of questions in our class course, right? So I invested much time to create videos for Microsoft Office, and that will help you out. Okay. Now answer for this question is F11. Now, if you want to put the long text in a cell with multiple lines, you have to click on dash. You have to put the long text in a cell with multiple lines. You have to click on. See, you know what is a cell height? What is a cell width? It is dimensions. cell height and cell width, that is dimensions. Now merge cell and wrap text looks logically correct, but in merge cell what we will do? So if you type a long text, see, I type a long text, something like that. So Mohan is a trainer. Now this text is crossing the boundary. So what I do, I have to make it as a single cell. So I will click merge and center. So now the two cells are clubbed into a cell, but this is not logically correct. So I have to chip the complete entire, statement, sentence in one line, in one cell. So now let's take this same content and I will put it in the next box, next cell. Now I have to chip everything in one cell. Now I have an option called wrap text. I click it. Now I'm getting everything in a single cell, right? In multiple lines. But in merge cell, I'm getting everything in a single line and I'm clubbing two or three cells. So what is the answer? So answer for this question is wrap text, not merge cell, right? So this is how we have to solve the problems. Now we have included some pseudocode questions also, some technical questions also, and we believe that will help you out. Now, if you are interested to purchase that Accenture crash course, yes, you could see the link at description. We wish you all the very best to get an offer letter in Accenture. All the very best, people. And if you feel this video is helpful, give a heart and share it with people preparing for Accenture. All the very best.
Hello guys, welcome back to Career Training Solutions. Today let's see some questions asked in the Accenture interview. Let's get started. This is the first question. Which of the following options contains extensions of MS Office files? And these are the options. Take 5 seconds to find the answer. Hope you found the answer. If you think option B is the correct answer, then you're correct. Okay, let's go by options one by one. In the first option, we have PPT, doc, PDF. PPT is extension of Microsoft PowerPoint, and doc is the extension of Microsoft Word, and PDF is the extension for printed document format, which is actually an Adobe one. So this is not correct in this. So let's see the second option. XLSX is an extension of Microsoft Excel. DocX is one of the extension of Microsoft Word. PPTX is one of the extension of Microsoft PowerPoint. So in this, all three of them are the extensions of Microsoft Office. So this is the correct answer. Hope you understood this question. Let's go to the next question. This is the second question. A subnet has been assigned a subnet mask of 255.255.255.192. What is the maximum number of hosts that can belong to this subnet? And the options are 32, 15, 62, 116. Takes 10 seconds to solve this answer. Hope you found the answer. If you think option C 62 is the correct answer, then you're right. If not, let me explain this. First, you have to convert this 255.255.255.192 to a binary number. If you convert this into binary, it will be represented in this format. So 255 can be written with 8 ones, dot 8 ones, dot 8 ones, dot 11 and 6 zeros. In this binary representation, you could see that there are 26 ones and 6 zeros. So the 26 bits that are set to 1 are actually the network portion, and the remaining 6 bits are left for the host portion. So in this particular subnet mask, the host portion is 6 bits. And then using the host bits, you have a formula to find the maximum number of hosts, and the formula is 2 power n minus 1. And this n value is 6 here. That is the host bit set in this question. So by substituting it in this formula, you're going to get 2 power 6 minus 2. 2 power 6 is 64. 64 minus 2 is 62. And so our answer is C, option C, 62. Hope you understood this question. Let's go to the next question. This is the next question. What will be the output of the following pseudocode? And this is the pseudocode, and the options are 0, hello, throws compiler error, nothing will be printed. Take 10 seconds to solve this pseudocode. Hope you found the answer. If you think option B, hello, is the answer, then you're right. Here, in this pseudocode, first in the first line, they have set an integer variable which is val. So val's value is equal to 1. And in the next line, there's another integer where answer is equal to 2 is being assigned. And here we have an if condition. Inside if condition, they have given val and in another bracket, answer equal to val plus 5. Here val's value is 1, and so we have added here 1 and then AND operation in between them. And here we have an operation to perform. Answer is equal to val plus 5, and so we have to assign the value of val plus 5 to the answer. So val's value is 1, 1 plus 5 is 6. So answer is assigned the value 6. Now if you see the if condition, 1 and 6. Both 1 and 6 are non-zero integers, and so the if condition is satisfied and the display function will be initiated and the display hello will be displayed onto the console. So the answer is option B. Hope you understood this question. Let's go to the next question. This is the next question. What will be the output of the following pseudocode? And the options are 20, 21, 10 space 20, 11 space 23. Take 10 seconds to solve this question. Hope you found the answer. If you think option A 20 is the right answer, then you're correct. Let's solve it. In the first line, we have an integer variable yum whose value is set as 10. And here we have a do while function. First we have to execute the statements in the do, and then we have to check the while condition. So first let's execute the statements in do. So yum's value is updated with yum into 2. So m's present value is 10 and 10 into 2 is 20. So m's present value will be 20. Now here we have display plus plus, yum plus plus. So first we have to display the yum, and then after that only we are going to increment, because we have a post increment operator here. So first we are going to display 20 and then we are going to increment yum. So m's present value will be 21. Now we have to check the while condition. So while yum less than 1, yum's value is 21. 21 should be less than 1, but it is not less. So while's condition is not satisfied and we have to come out of the while loop. And the program is ended and we have only printed the value 20 in this question. So the option A is correct answer. Hope you understood this question. Let's go to the next question. This is our next question, and it is a type of coding question which is asked in Accenture. This is the problem statement. Secret Message Agency provides message encoding and decoding services for secure data transfer. The first step in decoding includes the removal of special characters from the message, as special characters and white spaces do not hold any meaning. Write an algorithm to help the agency find the number of special characters in a given message. And the input format is, the input consists of a string message representing the message that needs to be decoded by the agency, and the output format is print an integer representing the number of special characters present in a given message. In this question, we'll be given a string, and we have to find the number of special characters that is present in that particular string, and we have to print that in the form of integer. Hope you understood this question. Let's see how we could solve it. This is one of the method in which we could solve this question. First, what I have taken is, we have taken the count of the special characters to be 0, and we have to iterate to all the letters of the string and find out the special characters. If it is a special character, we are going to increment the count. If there are not any of the special characters, we are not going to increment the count, and we are just going to continue with the next letter in the word that is present here. In this first if condition, we are going to check if the letter is a small letter. If it is not, then we are going to check the next if condition, if it is a capital letter. Else, we are going to check if it is a digit or not. And if all three are not there, only we are going to increment the count, which means if a letter is not a small letter or a capital letter or a number, it will be a special character, and so we are going to increment the count. Hope you understood this explanation. You could also code this in different ways. If you're using different programming languages, there are some inbuilt functions like is alphanumeric, is digit functions. You could use them and solve it even more properly, but this is a actual way of doing it. Or you could also use the ASCII values to solve this question too, but this is one of the methods in which you could solve this question. So let's take an example to understand it properly. Here we have a string h exclamation el and at 9o, and let's pass through all the letters in the string and see how this happens. H is a capital letter, and so we'll go into this first. If we check this if condition, it will not be satisfied because it is not a small alphabet. And next we have to go to the else if loop, and if we check in this s, it is an capital letter, and so the count will be 0, which will not be incremented, and we have to go and we'll be performing the continue operation, where in the continue operation we are just going to the next iteration. So in the next iteration, the value of str of I will be exclamation, and we have to check the first if loop if it is correct or not, if it is a small letter or not. Exclamation is not a small alphabet, so this if condition will not be satisfied. And we have to see the else if loop. If an exclamation is a capital letter, no, exclamation is not a capital letter too. And then we have to go to the next else if loop and see if it is a digit. Exclamation is not a digit, so we are not going into this else if loop too. And so we have to go to the else loop and consider that exclamation as a special character and increment the count. And so our count's value will be incremented to 1. So in the next iteration, str of i's value will be e. So we have to check this if condition first. If e is a small letter or not. Yes, e is a small letter, so this if condition will be satisfied, and we have to perform this continue operation where it goes to the next iteration, but the counts value will not be incremented and the counts value will be 1 only. So let's go to the next iteration. In the next iteration, str of i's value will be L, and we have to check this if condition. If L is a small letter or not. Yes, L is a small letter. This if condition will be satisfied, and we have to perform this continue operation. So the continue operation will make us move to the next iteration, but the counts value will not be incremented, will not be updated, and the counts value will remain 1. So let's go to the next iteration. In the next iteration, str of i's value is and you have to check this if condition. If str of I is a small letter or not. No. So str of I is not a small letter. So we have to go to the else if loop and check this str of I is a capital letter or not. No, str of I is not a capital letter too. And in the next else if loop, we have to check if str of I is a digit. No, str of I is not a digit too. And so we have to go to the else loop and we have to increment the count, and the present value of count is 1. Here, after incrementing the count, you're going to increment the count to 2. So we have to go to the next iteration after this. So the str of i's value will be at. So we have to check this if condition. If str of I is a small letter, no, at is not a small letter. So we'll go to the else if loop and check if at is a capital letter. No, at is not a capital letter too. So we have to go to the next else if loop and see if it is a digit. No, and is not a digit. So this else if loop is also not satisfied. So we have to go to the else loop and we have to increment the count. The previous value of count was 2, and now after incrementing the count, you're going to assign the value of 3 to the count. So now let's go to the next iteration where str of i's value is 9 now. Now we have to check this if condition first, if 9 is a small letter or not. No, this if condition will not be satisfied because 9 is not a small letter. Next, we have to check this else if loop. Is 9 a capital letter or not? No, 9 is not a capital letter too. So this else if loop also will not be satisfied. Next, we have to check this else if condition where we have to check if 9 is a digit or not. Yes, 9 is a digit, and this else if loop will be satisfied, and we have to perform this continue operation. We have here the value of count which is unupdated. So the count's value is 3. So now let's go to the next iteration where str of i's value is O, and we have to check this if condition first, if O is a small letter or not. Yes, O is a small letter, and we have to perform this continue operation, and we are going to perform the continue operation, and here we have the str of I value null value, and so the for loops condition will be performed and it is ended here. So the for loop will be ended, and the final value of our count is 3, and that count will be printed onto the console. Hope you understood this question. Hope you find this useful for your learning. Stay connected with us, keep learning and keep practicing. Thank you.